Good evening and welcome to Oman News, coming to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Over 60,000 male and female teachers are back to schools in preparations for receiving students for the new academic year 2023-2024. The Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Korea sign a memorandum of understanding in the field of green energy transition. And the Gulf Forum for Occupational Safety and Health reviews in Salalah the enhancement of safety systems in the work environment. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. More than 60,000 male and female teachers are prepared to receive the school students for new academic year 2023-2024. More details in the following report.
The Sultanate of Oman started the new academic year 2023-2024 today, with full-time members of the educational body implementing the government evaluation system. The Directorates of Education affiliated to all governorates have completed all their preparations to receive students, teaching and administrative staff, and jobs related to schools. The number of teachers in government schools is more than 60,000 male and female teachers, with an immunization rate of 87.5%. They have been appointed to 1,270 schools. The number of administrators and technicians in public schools reached 11,509 administrators and technicians. It is scheduled that the new academic year will witness the introduction of vocational and technical education for the first time in 4 schools for boys and girls in the governorates of Muscat and North Al-Batina.
Sultan Qaboos University received today the 30th batch of students for the academic year 2023-2024. The event was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Dr. Fahad bin Al-Julanda Al-Saeed, Vice Chancellor of Sultan Qaboos University. More details coming up in this report.
A bright future awaits you, setting a clear path with defined stages and targets. In addition to well planning, were among some of the most inspiring keywords to welcome the 38th batch of students to Sultan Qaboos University for the academic year 2023-2024.
We have a special program for our students, and number of students are around 3,000 students from different colleges. Those are the best students in Oman who finished their secondary school, and we have really organized this event so that they'll have, I would say, the best what we have at Sultan Qaboos University in receiving them and giving them different information and different ideas how they can cope in coming 5 years in their endeavor and in their life at Sultan Qaboos University.
The newly accepted students expressed their immense joy and delight in joining Sultan Qaboos University, holding high aspirations to work hard to complete their academic journey with flying colors and become leaders for the future.
Being accepted in SQU, specifically the College of Engineering, has been a dream of mine. It was the top choice in the HAEC, and when I opened my message and received the news that I was finally accepted to the college of my dreams, university of my dreams, I was enthralled. I was out of bounds, and it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. Everyone was proud. My parents was proud, my family was proud, and most of all, I was proud of myself.
When I first got the news, the SMS message, I thought it was going to the wrong person, not me. Well, I saw it with my family, and it was the best feeling of my life, one of the best moments of my life, if it's not the best. I have dreamt from 7th grade to be a lawyer. So I'm very happy, to be honest, alhamdulillah, that I got accepted in the College of Law.
The orientation program will continue until the 5th of September, during which the new intake of students will be acquainted with the different facilities and courses offered by the various centers and units of SQU, as well as the cultural and sports activities. A dream came true for these proud students. From now on, they will pursue inscribing new success stories at this great edifice. From Sultan Qaboos University, صالح بخلفان الرحبي, Muscat.
Coinciding with the start of the new academic year, the Ministry of Health reviewed the National Plan for School and University Health. It stressed on its preparedness for the new academic year to provide a safe and healthy environment for the schools. The prepared plan included a number of programs and services that cover all segments of students in different classes. The Sultanate of Oman signed a memorandum of understanding today with the Republic of Korea in the field of green energy transition. More details coming up in this report.
The Sultanate of Oman is exerting great efforts to reduce carbon emissions, achieve a balance between sustainable development and the impacts of climate change, utilize clean technologies, diversify energy sources, and ultimately achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. In this regard, the Ministry of Energy and Minerals signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Ministry of Environment of the Republic of Korea in the field of green transformation, building upon the strong relations between the two countries and their desire to enhance and develop cooperation in this area.
And there are 5 key elements towards it. One, there's a policy element, looking at the alignment between the two nations from a policy perspective. There is the element of commercial and economic trade between the two nations. There's also an aspect of capability development as well as innovation. And then looking at the methodologies of expanding transportation options between the two nations.
The Memorandum of Understanding aims to achieve a better understanding of green transformation policies and technologies, develop sustainable, environmentally friendly techniques for producing, storing, delivering, and utilizing green energy, build capacities to respond to climate crisis, promote green industries, research and development activities between specialized entities in both countries, in addition to education and awareness raising about green transformation and other related areas.
Oman and Korea, both countries have continued mutual exchanges and cooperation, especially in the sector of economy. And next year, in 2024, we will be able to celebrate the 50 years anniversary of diplomatic ties of both countries. And for green transition, we are going to continue our cooperation with the green hydrogen.
Such partnerships, whether local or international, will contribute to advancing the goals of green energy. The Ministry of Energy and Minerals has already begun actively working on clean energy projects by launching investment packages in the field of green hydrogen.
The activities of the Gulf Forum for Occupational Safety and Health, organized by the Minister of Labor and lasting for 2 days, began in the Wilayah of Salalah in the Governorate of the FAR. The themes of the forum are risk management and its impact on improving productivity, innovation, and modern technologies. The forum dealt with aspects related to occupational safety and health standards, and it also stressed on enhanced community dialogue as well as cooperation among the 3 production parties in terms of activating the services related to occupational safety and health. And now for the international news. The Japanese Environment Ministry affirmed that tests of seawater near Japan's Fukushima nuclear power plant have not detected any radioactivity. This came days after authorities began discharging into the sea treated water used to cool damaged reactors. Japan started releasing water from the wreckage of Fukushima plant into the Pacific Ocean on Thursday, sparking protests in Japan and neighboring countries, in particular China, which banned aquatic product imports from Japan. Japan and scientific organizations say the water is safe after being filtered to remove most radioactive elements except for tritium, a radioactive isotope of hydrogen. Because tritium is difficult to separate from water, the Fukushima water is diluted until tritium levels fall below regulatory limits. 3 U.S. Marines died today after an Osprey aircraft crashed on a remote tropical island north of Australia during war games. U.S. military officials said 5 Marines had been rescued from the crash site and flown to a hospital in Darwin in a serious condition. U.S. military officials said in a statement that there were a total of 23 personnel on board. They said recovery efforts are ongoing, adding that an investigation into the cause of the accident had been launched. The Sultanate of Oman participated in the G20 Trade Investment Ministers meeting, which took place in Jaipur city, the Republic of India. The meeting discussed issues related to trade and investments, most importantly means of supporting multilateral trade for global growth and prosperity, digitizing trade, digital transformation in government services, building comprehensive and flexible trade, benefiting from technology to achieve global growth, managing supply chains, supporting small and medium enterprises, and increasing their competitiveness in global trade. The Sultanate of Oman's delegation was led by His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investments Promotion. The Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology signed a cooperation memorandum with the SMEs Development Authority on enhancing integration framework for the electronic portal of Senate centers and the National Portal for Electronic Government Services. More details in this report.
The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology signed a cooperation memorandum with the SMEs Development Authority. This memorandum aims to establish a strategic partnership and institutional cooperation to achieve national objectives between the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology, represented by the project of National Unified Portal for Electronic Government Services, and the SMEs Development Authority, represented by the project Electronic Portal of Senate Centers for Services.
The main objective of this collaboration between MTC-IT and Senate Center is to increase the efficiency of e-services through providing some of the services in the Government Unified Portal, and then all the services to be in the Senate Center. So all the services, all the citizens and residents, they can apply their services very easily through Senate Center.
The areas of cooperation include revising and developing a digital integration framework for the electronic portal of Senate Centers for e-services to ensure its compatibility with the strategy of integration of the National Portal for Electronic Governmental Services, classifying Senate Centers for Services as one of the channels for providing electronic government services in the Sultanate of Oman, in addition to contributing to the provision of supportive consultancy services for innovation in employing suitable advanced technologies for these centers and enhancing the level of digital transformation in them.
One of the projects we are working in it, which is the Unified E-Services Portal, which gathering all the services in one unified portal. So we want to create a unique customer journey for the citizens. So can they apply the services through this portal, and also they can finalize it through Senate Center.
Cooperation areas also include contributing through Senate Centers for Services in implementing awareness and marketing activities for electronic government services, receiving feedback for continuous development, and measuring user satisfaction for the services. All those efforts made come to ensure compatibility with the national trend to accelerate the digitization of government services. The agreement signed here today is an example of enhancement for governmental services, all to serve people and enhance their satisfaction rates. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal Al-Busaidi, Muscat.
The Authority for Small and Medium Enterprises Development issued amendments to the regulations for financing small and medium enterprises and craftsmen, emphasizing the flexibility necessary for the growth and sustainability of the small and medium enterprises sector. The amendments included raising the value of loan ceiling without adding a percentage of administrative fees to 20,000 Omani Riyals after it was in the previous regulation 5,000 Omani Riyals. The amendments also included cancelling the value of the maximum loan value with determining its value in the financing program issued according to the nature of each financing program and cancelling the requirements of the upper legal age to apply for financing request from the authority, with the possibility of determining the upper limit of the applicant's age in the controls of each financing program separately. The Minister of Higher Education, Research and Innovation signed a cooperation agreement with Oman Association of Chartered Public Accountants in the fields of accounting, finance and auditing. Under the agreement, the ministry seeks to activate the professional accreditation system and issue professional competency cards and license to practice a profession. The agreement also stipulates for the exchange of knowledge and expertise between the two sides, organization of workshops and conferences, cooperation in conducting finance and auditing training, and joint organization of meetings and visits to private colleges and training institutions and higher education institutions. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Over 60,000 male and female teachers are back to schools in preparation for receiving students for the new academic year 2023-2024. The Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Korea signed a memorandum of understanding in the field of green energy transition. And the Gulf Forum for Occupational Safety and Health reviews in Salalah the enhancement of safety systems in the work environment. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us and good night.